The Kardashians kicked off season 3 of their Kardashian show on Hulu this week, and it's certainly interesting timing given all the talk of the Kardashians seeming irrelevant these days, and the fact that they've been getting a lot of backlash this year for setting false beauty standards and people that they're dating. I talked about the fact that when the trailer dropped for the show, not too many people were looking forward to it, thinking the show wasn't the same as it used to be, and the girls have like too much control over the storylines, so they aren't as personal as they once were, and everything is very calculated with them. But I will say that in the first episode, Kim did open up quite a bit about the things going on in her personal life, specifically between her and Kanye, and the internet has been reacting to everything that she has said in this first episode. Last year, I made videos talking about Kanye West's rants on Instagram, where he vented about his feelings towards Kim, their kids, Adidas, and so much more. As a result of his actions last year, Kanye lost over $1 billion after companies canceled deals with him, like Adidas, Balenciaga, and Gap, just to name some of them. And on the show, Kim opened up about how Kanye really affected her this last year, especially during her relationship with Pete. She said that there was a lot of guilt that she had during it because Pete did go through a lot because of Kanye. Kanye had continuously harassed him online and made it very public that he did not like Kim and him together. And Kim talked about this on the show, how things like this make her nervous of ever finding her person in the future. But she does have some hope that there will be someone eventually out there who will be able to handle it all, everything that comes with her life. And she didn't just open up about this on the Hulu show, she also talked about this on the Jay Shetty podcast. She was recently on and he asked her if she thinks that she will ever find love again. And she does think that it will happen for her one day and they will be strong and capable of sticking by her side through all of her life difficulties and drama. And I also want to say this, that in terms of Kim talking about Kanye, a lot of people were like, well, Kanye's been quiet for a while. Why is she talking about him now? And I'm sure that at the time that they recorded this, that was kind of the peak of it. That was when she was really going through it and he was being very vocal. And obviously it takes a while to get a show out. And now we're kind of seeing it and Kanye is a lot quieter, but that's the reason why I feel like it's, she talked about it then because she was going through it. And right now, yeah, he might be quiet, but maybe she's hoping that if she talks about it, he will see it and he will maybe feel bad and not talk about her in the future. I'm not too sure, but regardless, she talked about it. Kim was certainly not shying away from the difficulties of co-parenting with Kanye and having to deal with him and everything. She even got emotional talking about the fact that Kanye has talked about her and her mom and her sisters online, and has also taken to the internet to publicly talk about her certain tape, and that he's come up with rumors that she was hooking up with Drake behind his back when they were married, and she just really hates that he has said all of these things about her, and it is just so hurtful. And specifically in regard to Kanye bringing up her mom and her sisters, Khloe has clapped back at Kanye before. Kanye went on a whole rant about not being invited to one of their daughter's birthday parties, and he felt really excluded.
Wasn't allowed to know where her party was. There's nothing legal. They're saying that these are the kind of games that's being played.
At the light,
it's the kind of thing that really has affected my health for the longest. I'm just putting this online because I need y'all support. I didn't call Kim, text the nannies. I got on the phone with Tristan. He said, he asked Khloe, won't nobody give me the address to my daughter's birthday party right now? And that's going to imprint in her mind that I wasn't there for her.
And Khloe went and clapped back at him on Instagram to say that he was not telling the full story. He wasn't even telling the right story, and said that he originally wanted separate birthday parties and now all of a sudden he's changing his mind about everything. And Kim has gone on her Instagram story to specifically say that she does not like that Kanye has talked about their personal lives and their kids on the internet, but she's not really spoke out very much and hasn't on the show. So her opening up about this now was really a first. She says that she doesn't really like to respond to him and that she and her family have really tried their best to stay silent, but it's really hard. And now she's just under the assumption that anything that she ever texts him will probably end up on the internet because he has put their text messages on blast before on his Instagram. And she says that she can handle things, but she's just heartbroken for her mom that she gets attacked for things that he says. And she says that all of his shenanigans will be far more damaging to their kids than her certain tape that he keeps bringing up. And she said that the reason why she tries her best to not speak out against him is to protect their kids. And she never wants to be the one to paint him in a bad light to their kids. She will get in the car with them and put on his music if they request it, and she will praise him and says that he's the best, even if it hurts her inside to do so. And she just says that she's going to be his biggest cheerleader to her kids until they're old enough to understand and maybe ask her questions about him and they can maybe see what happened for themselves. She just refuses to be the one to make them aware of things that are going on with her and him and the things that he's done, and doesn't want them to have this bad look on him and like spoil their childhood in any way. But it just hurts her that Kanye has always said that he was her protector, and yet he goes out of his way to do things like this, like put her on blast on the internet. And she brings up how he wanted to have approval over what she says about him on the show, and says that he never asks her permission when he does interviews and posts things talking negatively about her and her family, putting her on blast. And she never says anything bad about him, and said that she even feels guilty saying that she's exhausted by this whole situation, that this whole thing has her just so freaking tired, all of the antics, everything. And she feels guilty just saying that in itself because she doesn't want to say anything bad, but that is the truth of the situation. And she breaks down in the episode saying that she just wants everyone around her to get it together, and she wants to have a bad day for once, and she feels like she can't even be overwhelmed because nobody else has it together, and she just feels this responsibility to keep it together for everyone else. I feel like she just like feels this pressure to be the strong one in the family, and that's just really hard on her. And in the episode, Kim even said that her psoriasis was acting up because she was just so stressed out, and blamed Kanye for acting up and stressing her out. And she said that she's really leaning on her family during all of this drama, and she realizes that it's probably best that she stays single for a long while because it's just too much having someone else be a part of all of this right now. It's obviously such a hard situation, but I do think that Kim opening up about co-parenting with Kanye and being vulnerable on camera about it has won some people over who have originally criticized the Kardashians before this season for not sharing as much as they used to and really beating around the bush when it comes to hot topics. But in regards to the new episode, people have reacted to all that Kim has said, saying Kim doesn't deserve the way Kanye is talking or treating her. She doesn't deserve to be publicly manipulated by her ex-husband. It's a little scary. I feel bad for Kim. Kim really is a mature woman, because if she would have been nasty, she could have been put Kanye on blast and embarrassed him all over the internet after all the lies and rumors he has spread about her. He's lucky she's not a bitter baby mama. Truth be told, Kanye really put Kim through a lot. Glad she is expressing her feelings. Aside from Kim, I figured I'd just mention this because I have talked about Khloe in the past and how people found it strange that she's always been so public about her daughter, True, but has been really private with her son and was hiding his name for the last year. And Khloe did open up about her son, who she did end up revealing his name being Tatum, and she talked about how having a surrogate was actually really hard on her and she wasn't really connecting with her son, and she said that Kim had given her advice but said that it was, easier for her than it has been for Khloe. Khloe said that she felt as though she hadn't really registered what had happened, and the fact that this woman had her son, it just felt very transactional, and it's not anything to do with him. It's just the whole surrogacy process really was rough for her, and she wished people opened up more about it and were honest about surrogacy, and she didn't want to say that it was bad or anything like that, but she just wanted to be open and honest about how different of an experience it has been compared to when she was carrying and gave birth to her daughter, True. So Kim wasn't the only one opening up on the show, and it'll be interesting what else they get into this season, as they're supposed to touch on their part in creating this false beauty standard, but I don't know how honest they're going to be in that conversation. I certainly want to know what you guys think about Kim opening up about Kanye on the show, and if you guys watch this or if you're planning on watching this season, let me know your thoughts in the comments. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.